This is where the fun begins.
Yes, this is where the fun begins. Welcome everybody to Building and Chatting Podcast. Today, this is, I believe, episode 47. My goodness, so close to 50. But we are taking a look at Skeleton Crew episode 4
Can't say I know no Atten.
at Atten. It
That was the name of the episode, right?
It should have been.
I think it was.
I can't remember, no, at Atten.
Yeah.
But so basically, the thing that well, let's get into this, guy. Let's just get right on into it. They think they're going to Atten. They land on at Akron, not at Atten.
Confusing.
Yeah, there's the at ins, like they all end in like an inn or something like that. But
That's kind of annoying. But I guess there's like Fondor and Endor and stuff like that, huh?
yeah, but the kids tell the droid to babysit Jude Law, and
that
then
was
they
funny. He's like,
yeah.
"Come here, baby. I'm babysitting you."
Yeah,
Actually, first he was like, "Activating babysit mode. Come here, baby. I'm gonna babysit you."
he's like, yeah, he's like,
Crimson Jacket just rolls his eyes like, "Are you serious?"
no.
That was funny.
If they could curse, are you effing kidding me? Are you effing?
That was
But-
probably my favorite part of that episode. Just the "Come here, baby"
Come here, babe.
with his
That-
like pirate accent.
That's gonna be taken out of context. But
Only with you.
Yeah. But the kids get captured by I guess the rebels of this planet, and it's a lot of them are kids.
Yeah,
But-
I can't remember what either faction was called, but they both hate each other.
The faction that is trying to take down the rebels is the Hatan.
A ton. That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Hatan. I know it's like Hattan or something. Hatan. I know it's that, but I just don't know how it's like Hatan. I know it's that, but they but the kids take them, and the one that finds the kids is the leader's daughter. So she's like, "Well, I can help you find home. It's in our tower over there. But first, we want you to help us get our cattle back, basically."
Yeah.
And then also Neil doesn't want to be a soldier and fight. He doesn't want to shoot. But he goes to flirting with the leader's daughter through that whole episode.
Yeah.
They're smooting for each other.
Mhm.
But what did you think about that storyline, Skyrim?
You know what? Like, I still love this show, but each episode I'm just not loving as much as the last. The first two were great. The third one was like good, and this one's just like, all right, whatever. Like, I'm still enjoying the story as like a whole, but
yeah,
this
it's
episode
fun.
was just kind of not amazing, you know. I didn't really care for the whole war between the two factions. Which flag do you fly? I'm like, that is just kind of childish. I thought it was weird to me that like the planet is the exact same as Atten, but like in ruins. I'm like, that's odd, but I guess kind of cool at the same time. So they were like, "This is our school on our planet. This is like, is this supposed to be kind of like Stranger Things? How they had like the Upside Down, which it was everything in the real world, but warped and just like old and stuff. Like that's the vibe I got from it, and I don't want this show to be just known as Star Wars Stranger Things. I want this show to be better, So I didn't care for that, but I still thought it was an interesting concept enough. I instantly could tell that the faction that they were siding with wasn't going to be any better than probably the other faction, because it was like, we treat our kids equal and we let them fight too. I'm like, yeah, so they're gonna use you as bait, and that's what they did, essentially.
Yeah,
I
they use the kids as bait and
yeah.
then get them to train. But then, well, Jude Law or Jod or Crimson Jack, but whatever the heck whatever his real name is, Silvo, whatever we don't
I think
know.
Jod is the character's name in the show.
No,
Crimson Jack
that's
is his like nickname, right? Like his pirate
yeah,
name.
yeah, and well, and Silvo is too, but because he was with that pirate crew and they called him Silvo,
Oh
but
yeah,
all the merch, all the merchandise says Jod, so I would assume that is his real name.
yeah.
But he goes snooping around their pockets. He finds the Dataries, the old Republic Dataries, and that's how he gets the cattle back. He just pays off the bandits, gets their cattle back,
Hmm.
and he saves the day. And then the daughter of the leader of the children tribe or whatever takes them to the uh takes them to the tower. Neil gets a smooching. He gets kissed by his lover.
Yeah, he got his trunk kissed. Yeah,
Hey,
let's not take that out of context.
his truck got wet. Oh, never mind. Never mind. But
6 minutes in, doesn't take long.
uh
Yeah, then they find the map thing. It's like a room, and it's like all these pillars, and each one has the different name of the planets and coordinates. But believe it or not, of course,
Athens
Atten's coordinates have been
are
ripped to shreds.
and scorched off the face of my Italy. They looked like they were burned, ripped,
I'm like, of course
smacked.
it was. It looked like Wolverine, like claws, like
It did, yeah. Wolverine. But then we get the biggest like plot twist of this whole show. Um, do you want to reveal this plot twist, Cameron?
I forget the droid's name, so you can.
Uh, SM-33.
Yeah,
He's like, oh, you're looking for those coordinates. When I was here with my master, I got rid of them. I destroyed them. And then they're
yeah,
like, wait, why'd you cross out Atten? And he's like, I don't remember no Atten, you weirdos.
yeah. He says it like 50 times in the episode.
I don't remember Atten. I don't remember Atten.
I don't remember no Atten
No
or something like that.
Atten. Yeah.
I don't know no Atten. I can't remember. But yeah,
They're getting
then it
us to
finds
do
out
it.
that his old master captain then gave him orders to tear anybody that goes snooping limb from limb, right? So he
Well,
tries to kill all the kids.
well, no, no, they put a memory override on him to make him
Yeah,
forget the coordinates.
it's that
But
easy, huh?
but then they were like reverse the memory override and reveal everything about Atten.
And
And
it
then
worked.
he's like, well, yeah, you know what? Sorry, new captain, but there's one thing my old captain said. Well, if anyone ever tried to go snooping for that, I'll go full Chewbacca mode and tear your limbs off. And he just starts trying to kill him.
That was pretty cool how he got all like big and the camera was like
Yeah.
giving you kind of like his POV, and it was like the kids are like, "Oh boy, what's gonna happen?" Because he was gonna.
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
would probably would have been pretty easy for him too.
and then Neil shoots shoots him to distract him, and then
He hit him with a brick or
or
a
hit him
rock.
with a brick or a rock. But he gets hit with something. But and then he gets and then he runs at Neil, tosses him to the ground, and then John hits the off switch.
It's that easy.
Always hit the off switch, and then they're all
Hey,
like,
why didn't the pirates hit the off switch when in episode 2, or maybe that was episode 1, when he was attacking the pirates? Why didn't one of the pirates just hit the off switch?
no, they just wanted to shoot him.
Yeah,
Remember that?
and then they got branded. But
But no, Atten is they don't know where the heck it is.
yeah,
So
I figured they didn't fight it that soon, because in the beginning of the episode they at first think that's home at and I'm like, we're only halfway through the whole show. Like, we got another 4 episodes to go. I'm like, there's no way they're finding home already.
I mean, they land on that and they think it's home, but it looks like it's been like atomic bombed. It's like it literally looks like they went through like Chernobyl in this area. Like it's like gray and dusty and ash all over the place. It's like, geez.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's no, that's no.
Yep.
But I, the thing that's so interesting to me is now the big question is who was the droid's leader? Who was it? But we don't. We know it's probably not Jod,
Yeah, I don't think so.
but because that was the theories at first that it was his ship, but I don't think so now.
Yeah, I still think that the captain's still out there. And he's not dead. Because Fern said, "I killed your captain. I'm your captain now," and he was just like, "Okay." But I'm like, his real captain's probably still out there, and I'm hoping it's Hondo, but I highly doubt it. I just really want to see Hondo. I talk about this every week. I'm like, I just want to see Hondo, and I'll probably say that until the last episode. And if we don't get to see Hondo, then in the last episode review, I'll say something about how I was sad I didn't get to see Hondo.
I just thought of the best theory.
All right, let's go. Let's hear it.
The Onyx Cinder was crashed on Aten. They were looking to find this. All the crew on that ship was dead. Does that mean the captain killed everybody and is on Aten right now? Is he one of the parents, or is he one of the people that was running like the rebels there? Is the captain part of the society?
That is actually very possible.
Because
maybe it's Fern's mom or Wim's dad.
I don't know if it's Wim's dad because he's like he didn't seem like he knew what it was.
Maybe that's the point. He's playing dumb, playing innocent. I don't know.
Well,
his mom seems kind of shady.
Yeah,
but she is also like a principal, right? So.
Well, yeah, she's like, but they all are like shady. Like they're all dealing with these like secret things of the Aten, like figuring out what Aten is and where the money's from and all this. So it's very interesting to me what they're doing. But if the Onyx Cinder crashed, if the captain did not die with his crew in that, then that means that he might be on he or she might be on the planet because they didn't ever reveal the gender of the captain. They just said the captain, right? Or my captain.
Yeah.
They've left it vague on if it's a male or female, but I guarantee it's one of them, or they are related to the captain somehow. I feel like it just feels like that's the big twist. But the captain,
Wim's mom, because we don't know what happened to her.
Wim's mom. Ooh.
Yeah. I'm picking up what you're putting down. This is very likely possibility that he or she's still on the planet. But the only reason why I'd say that doesn't make sense is why would they still be on the planet unless they don't want to share the wealth? But what good is it to have wealth if you can't then go sell it and spend the money, Because assuming the wealth is like, gold or something, it's probably Old Republic credits, right?
Yeah, but think about this. What was the ship in episode 1? It was in a hibernation mode, a sleep mode. Yeah. But it was ready to be taken off whenever they got back.
Yeah.
So that means that they were planning to go back to the ship when they were done on the planet. So they knew it was like there. They know where it is. But because the kids stole it, maybe they don't have a way off now, or maybe they found Aten just as a better place than where they were from and stayed there. But to me, it's like SM33 we pretty much know that he probably killed all of the crew besides the captain.
Yeah.
Because he says that he told them everyone that knew the coordinates, he tore limb from limb. And him and the captain were the ones that survived. And then SM33 was turned off. like he was shut down or in like the hibernation mode too. So that means that the captain could still be there. That's what but I don't know if it's Wim's mom because that just seems too.
I'm just, yeah, I'm BSing, but
That
it
one,
doesn't
I don't
seem too
know.
far fetched because, like, I don't know, where is she? They don't really say if she's in the picture or not, or if she's gone or what, you know. But
They,
I
yeah,
definitely think if your theory is right that they're on the planet, it doesn't necessarily have to be anybody we know. It could also be someone that we don't know from the show.
Darth
Um,
Revan. No, I'm joking. I'm
well,
joking.
I just mean like someone we haven't seen yet
No, I
on
know, I
screen.
know. Could you imagine? Darth Revan somehow returned.
Darth
Somehow.
Revan returned. Yeah. Well, in this case, he never left, right? I don't know.
But
Yeah, it's definitely possible. The only theory I had from this episode is that he didn't actually, Jod didn't actually sell or buy back the cattle or whatever those creatures were called, um, and that somehow he killed all those bandits that were, swarming him and stole the thing back, and now he gets to keep the credits for himself, and that way he doesn't have to share them because the kids think he spent them, right? But maybe he still has them, and then later they're gonna find out he still has them, or so. I don't know. That's the only theory I had for this episode.
yeah, and also, but yeah, I he could still have them too. Even the droid was like thief, and then he had to remind him that it was Jod, like it's me,
Yeah,
and then
that
he got
droid's
put
losing
down.
some memory. I think that little rat thing inside of his head is slowly eating away, basically, the droid's brain. But then, we do find out that a lot of the reasons why this guy doesn't know things is because his old captain basically told him, "Hey, forget all this." So, guess we'll see what happens.
But it's like to me, it would seem like that was put in command before he put him into hibernation. Like, forget
Yeah,
this, and then he put him to sleep because it just that is what makes me think the captain's on Atten. Like, and it's going to be revealed it's one of the adults, or maybe like or maybe it's like the prime master of the school or whatever. I don't know. I just there's something strange about what's going on, and
yeah. I don't trust that the droids and stuff are actually there for the people's best interest. I speculate that we're gonna find out somebody's behind this entire planet, and that they're getting these kids and whatnot to, create all this work and learn all this stuff, but for a greater purpose. But that might be used kind of like in the wrong hands. Possibly the Empire. I doubt it, but I'm imagining we're gonna see something to do with the Empire at some point. I know at this point they're gone, but they're still kind of like around, if that makes sense. Um,
yeah.
so I feel like we're gonna see something about the Empire. I do know though that from the trailer that there was like a casino kind of like looking planet or like a hotel with X-wings. So it's possible that the New Republic is still trying to find this ship, the Onyx Cinder, because they think that Jod kidnapped these kids. So they're trying to rescue the kids, and the pirates are after them. So we're probably going to get an episode with either both of them chasing them down or maybe two separate ones. Like, we got 4 more episodes to go. If I had to guess, the
Hmm.
very last episode is going to be them finding Atten. Or maybe the episode before that. So, like, 7. And then 8 will be the end, like a 2-part kind of deal.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a two-part finale for sure.
But
Because
we're,
they,
we're coming close to the end already, which is really sad because the show just started and it's still a lot of fun. Even though I didn't care for this episode, still really fun.
I feel like I feel like this type of episode was like kind of I had a lot more character development than the action side of it. This
Yeah,
was more character focused episode, especially with Neil more than anything.
Neil and
Uh,
Fern, because
yeah, Neil and
from
Fern
the
for
beginning, Fern's been very cocky, just very like, yeah, I know what I'm doing, but you can see at the end of the episode, she breaks. She's like, I don't know
I
what
don't
I'm
know.
doing. you know,
Yeah,
and
and like a droid, I can't be told what to do. And then
yeah,
that's when she gets the revelation to memory override and ask about Atten after that.
yeah,
But and then when faints when the droid comes on him too, or not when
that was funny.
Neil
Yeah,
faints, and he's like he fainted, and then the episode ended. But it's just I feel like there's one more thing though. Why? I think it might be explained in the next episode, maybe, or if they go through the data banks of the droid somehow. But why were they on Akron? Why were they on these planets looking for that? Why was the captain looking for it? Who was the captain? Why were they on
yeah.
these forbid like not like forbidden, but these like lost planets? Like why was he there? And
I just want to know what the treasure on that is, because
yeah,
if it's not like Republic credits or like jewels or something, it's got to be something really, really special. And the only thing I could possibly think of is maybe something to have to do with like the Jedi or the Sith, if not like credits. I'm curious what it is. It
that's
better
the
not
thing.
be another life form, like because like Grogu was considered like a high value target, or like treasure or something, right? And then Din Djarin finds out, oh, it's the kid.
Yeah, but to me, what's so crazy about it is I think because if this planet is old Republic era, I mean there could be cryo chambers or something with people from the old Republic.
Yeah,
There could be tons of old Republic like history, all of it. There could be tons of stuff that even the main government doesn't know about. You never know.
yeah. And I swear, if the treasure is the friends we make along the way, I'm done. I'm
I'm j-
absolutely done. Find out at the end the treasure was us spending time together. You know that like it's like an anime trope kind of thing, right? The friends we made along the way. Like, nope, I'm
yeah.
done. I'm done. Nope, not ever touching Star Wars again. No, that's not going to happen. But I would probably be more hesitant to watch a season 2 of this show.
The friends we made along the way. No, you can't build up all this
They're
suspense.
not going to do that.
No, because the thing I think about this, and this is why I love it. This is Star Wars One Piece. You're trying to figure you're trying to figure out what the heck the treasure is at the end, and you just don't know. But they confirm it's not the friendship you make along the
Yeah.
way. Thank God,
This
it's not.
show is like a hybrid of like The Goonies, Stranger Things, and like Treasure Island or Treasure Planet, you know?
Yeah, One Piece trying to hunt down this elusive treasure, but no one knows what it is. Yeah, and then you have to take down like every big faction to get it. It's like, well,
Yeah.
what? But no, I'm
I want to
very.
see the Empire and I want to see Hondo in the mix somewhere.
I'd say someone from the Empire is gonna pop up soon.
Yeah.
I'd
I
say
think that'd be
Hondo.
cool.
I'd say Hondo could too.
I can definitely confirm I don't think at this point I was even close to being right. I speculated that this show would have something to do with Skeleton. Yeah, this is Skeleton Crew. With Ahsoka, and that this was going to be how Ahsoka and Sabine get back to the main galaxy. I don't think that's happening. I think at this point it's safe to say that's not going to happen.
I'd say it's connected to something. We just don't know what yet, and probably into the ending.
Well, unless the writers are throwing us a curveball and they're lying to try to trick us to make the reveal more exciting. They said that this show is not going to really connect to any other Star Wars other than the fact that it shares the same universe. That's not the exact quote, but something
I,
along
I
those lines.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but I just feel like there's got to be maybe it doesn't connect to like Mandalorian or Ahsoka, but it does connect to something that might happen, or
Maybe.
maybe it sets up a character that will be in the future of Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's already a lie though because it mentions like the Republic and stuff. So like the Clone Wars, or I guess technically it was before the Clone Wars, right?
Yeah, but still, there's Jedi, there's Sith,
Yeah.
there's so much that you could say. Like the big twist of it all is Wim's. The reason why I'm thinking this is Wim's dad says, "Can we get the Republic? Like, can we go off the plate? Like, communicate with the Republic?" They don't even want to talk to the Republic. Like, no communication with them.
Yeah.
So that's what's interesting.
There's something shady about the
There's
robots
something
and the
shady.
government
Yeah.
that's controlling this planet.
What about if they are like the Sith or the Empire?
I feel like if the big twist was that it's the Empire basically enslaving this planet, but they don't know, that would be the most believable. But then again, I'm like, why would the Empire choose to enslave all these planets and just upright be like, hey, you're gonna do this or we're gonna kill you, but not at Atten. At Atten, they'll make them think that they're a peaceful society. I don't really see that as the case. The Empire just takes what they want, right? But maybe it's possible that they learned very quickly, like, hey, if we make them think like they're living in a mirage, kind of like an illusion, that they'll get the work done for us for free. I don't know. But you see what I'm saying? I'm like, the Empire just takes what they want. It's the only reason why
It
I don't think it's the Empire.
it just something seems. The main thing I'll say is something like you say, and we felt it since we've been watching this. Because me and you, I think, are the only ones watching it week to week in our group, which is why we talk about it week to week
Hmm.
because we're just enjoying watching it.
We're cool like that, yeah.
We're hip. No, I'm joking. But
Yeah.
yeah, um, but I just think that yeah, there's something shady going on, and also I want to know what the heck Jod, like, who is he actually? We know he's a pirate and all this stuff, but I want to know more about him as
Yeah.
well. Like, how, why did he become this pirate, or why was he, or what was he looking for in that vault at the beginning?
I know. Well, the
What?
vault was just supposed to be a bunch of credits, right?
Well, maybe he told people that, but what if he was looking for something else? Maybe
Hmm.
he was looking for something like a map or
I think in Star
something
Wars,
hidden.
it's safe to assume that if you see a big cruiser, like carrier cruiser or whatever they're called, they're hauling either very valuable cargo or something, and pirates just steal, right? Like that was New Republic, like
Yeah.
frigate or something. So they probably thought, oh hey, they're loaded, right? Because they're military and they're weak, so we can take them. I mean, you saw the size difference between their
No,
ships. It's crazy.
yeah, but the thing I was saying about that too, though, is it's like Jude Law's character, Crimson Jack or Jod, he seemed very specific, like he was like stalking this one, like he knew it could have something good. Why? Why did he think it had something good? Because he knew that it had something good, and he found something he was looking for, but he had to lie to everyone and tell them it was something else.
Hmm.
That's what I think, but I don't know.
Guess we'll find out. I don't know.
We will find out, but it just seems so weird that they just cut away from that and don't show what
Yeah.
happens. Like he's
Well,
just
you know what
and
happens because then he gets thrown in the brig.
yeah, but what happens before they leave that ship and stuff? Like it cuts, and
Yeah.
then he's in jail at the end of episode 2. Like, that
Unless he has a twin brother. And
I,
yeah, no, I'm not
I
gonna go there.
could you
It's so
imagine?
crazy how people will just pull out so many theories and stuff. But it's fun. It's nice to be able to do that. Like you'll watch theory videos and you'll be like, "That's so stupid." Like I bet somebody's gonna say something like Omega is gonna be in the show, right? Like at some point in time. Like everybody just tries to come up with anything. Like I remember when episode 8 was first coming out and people were like trying to figure out who Snoke might be, and some people were saying like, "Oh, it's Mace Windu," you know. Like it's fun though to be this way. I enjoy it, and that's why I'm really enjoying this show. It's really refreshing to have not only a good show again to look forward to week after week, but then you get to come up with all these theories, hear other people's theories, talk about your ideas and other people's ideas, and it's fun. So that's why I didn't care for this episode, like I keep saying, but I'm still really enjoying this series.
Yeah, and like the thing to me is like I do think that this episode, like I love 1, 2, and 3 a lot. I really did like them. This one was like they're like the same length, which is great for Disney Plus because a like 40-minute episodes.
Still felt too short to me.
No, 30 minutes, but the thing is like I think that keeping a consistent length of these shows, like, because you can have like one episode in The Mandalorian, like one's 30 minutes, the next one's 50, next one's an hour. You're like, whoa.
I think each episode should be at least like 45 to an hour long, personally. But I get it. Then you just have to have a lot more fluff and all that. But it just makes it feel better. I think that's part of the reason why I love The Boys so much, is because The Boys have like hour-long episodes.
Yeah.
But it makes sense too, because The Boys has a lot to cover.
Though I did want to say one thing. This is how I felt when the droid went like insano mode and was like about to tear people limb from limb. All I thought about was this. There we go. That's how I felt when that droid was going crazy.
The droid's gonna go Homelander on them.
Yeah.
Rip them limb to limb. I mean, maybe Homelander will rip some people limb to limb in season 5.
Oh,
we should talk about The Boys.
I finally, I am fully caught up. We can.
Nice. I need to rewatch that show.
Well, you know that because I put it on my Instagram a few months ago now. But
yeah,
I loved season 4. Like it's second under, like it's under season 1 for me. Like it's season 1, then 4. And then 3 and then 2. I did not like 2. I thought 2 was the worst, but
I personally think each season of The Boys are all so good and like on par with each other that it almost doesn't feel like there's a difference between the seasons. That is basically just the show. Like I didn't feel like Loki season 1 and season 2 had a difference. They felt like the same show, just like, instead of 8 episodes, 16 or whatever. That's how I feel about The Boys. So I don't compare the seasons. I just love The Boys as like a whole, And Gen V. Gen V is great too. Now Gen V, that feels different because it's different characters.
Well, yeah, but Gen V is also for Kate, right?
Oh, absolutely. Kate all the way.
So
I will simp for Kate.
So you're saying that when they took, but that's spoilers, and we'll do that in The Boys talk. But at the end of Boys season 4, Kate makes a small appearance. But but that's The Boys.
Not good enough. I needed her more. That's why I'm excited for season 5.
She was in it for like 5 minutes in season 4. But
that's why I'm excited for season 5. Not for any other part of the story or anything, but for Kate.
Kate's gonna die in Gen V season 2.
I hope not, but she probably will.
But no, maybe we'll see.
If she pisses Homelander off, heck yeah, he'll rip her head off, right?
Jeez, but but that's another show that we will talk about. We will do a Boys franchise retrospective, and like just talk about The Boys season 1 to Gen V.
It's hard not to talk about good shows, huh?
It's like you're like, man, Skeleton Crew. It feels like it feels like it has ideas from different things, and then you know what? That's why Skeleton Crew works so well
Yeah,
because it borrows from good stuff, not this shit. I'm
nothing's
sorry.
new under the sun, right?
Yeah, but I love that it takes like some like maybe older ideas or older things from movies, but puts it in a Star Wars scenario or Star Wars theme.
Yeah,
Because to me, like things are always gonna be like people will always pull inspiration from something to form a story. Like
yeah,
like look at uh like stuff like Naruto, One Piece, Demon Slayer. What is that all inspired by? Dragon Ball. Everyone watched
hmm,
that. They were inspired by Goku and Krillin and all that. It's just like in this, but you can tell John Watts, Christopher Ford, the main ones behind this show, care about Star Wars and care about like the nerd stuff because also John Watts, as we all know, did Spider Man. That I'm just saying,
Spider-Man.
John Watts just knows how to do the nerd stuff right, and he just
Yep,
does. He is a nerd, and he gets it.
cool.
Same like James Gunn. James Gunn just gets it. He just
Yep.
understands, and that's why I think the new DC universe will be pretty good because James Gunn just gets it. But it's just like
Eh,
that.
I don't know about that.
Maybe Superman looks all right so far. So, but we'll see.
Going back to what you said about the inspiration thing, even
Yeah,
people like me that's not like making like anything crazy, just as a small YouTube channel, I even take inspiration from things. My PFP is inspired from my favorite YouTube channel, with the Google AIs and stuff. If you've ever heard of the channel Gooseworks, I mean, she's the person who
yeah,
wrote
yeah,
the Amazing Digital Circus. Have you ever seen her old profile picture? The new one's kind of the same, but like the older one, has like the background with like the colors and then the
yep.
googly eyes. That's exactly where I got the inspiration to make mine, but with a Lego minifigure.
Yeah, I still need to watch a new episode. I have to get on it.
Oh, it's so funny. But
I've been so busy with all this other stuff. It's like tomorrow.
we're supposed to be talking about Skeleton Crew. And we're talking about everything but it now. I swear.
But I'm just about what we were while
Yeah,
you were talking about other things. It's just like we can see where Skeleton Crew draws inspiration from,
yeah,
and definitely it's not Stranger Things. This is definitely like Stranger Things if you want to say it to like Goonies or One Piece. This is a
yeah.
group of kids or young people looking for a treasure to become like the best in the world
Well,
or
technically,
to
the
become
kids just
better.
want to go home,
The kids
right?
want to go home, but they also want to find this treasure that everyone or
Yeah.
uncover the mystery of their home too. But
But
but I feel like the reason I love it so much because there's two sides to this here in this show that I love, and like there's two sets of eyes. What the kids just want to go, they wanted to have an adventure, they wanted to get out of and they've had their adventure, and now they want to go home. They've seen what the outside of the universe is. They've explored. I know Wim probably wants to do more, but they do want to see their family
yeah,
and go back home.
when
But
when they the first in the beginning of the episode when they first fought, all right, there it is, we're done, we're home. Wim was upset. He was like, "Oh man," just when things were getting good, like
yeah,
he was
Wim,
actually sad to be home.
yeah, when
He's having fun. He's having an adventure.
yeah, but I'd say Wim and Jude Law are the ones that are like treasure and all this. They're the ones looking into the adventure, the mystery. They want to find this stuff. And Jude Law maybe for more personal gains, but there's two sets of eyes for the audience. Like there's the ones that are like they want to follow the kids, but there's also the ones where it's Jude Law, where it's just like you want to know what the treasure is too. You
Yeah.
want to you root for both sides,
I'm
but
definitely engaged with all the mystery that this show is
yeah,
slowly unveiling, which is good. That's what a good show needs. It needs that like hook that like, okay, I'll just watch one more episode. Obviously for me I have to wait week by week, but if you wait until every single episode is out to start watching this, most people would probably be like, yeah, I'll just keep watching. You know.
This one definitely, like, the thing is like each episode, like each the thing that I will say about this show, the beginning of this episode is really tight. Like, it was really good, funny, like, before they get captured. But the middle, when
Come
it's
here,
about the
baby.
come here, babe, yeah. But when it's in the middle about the gangs, it's like, like some of it is pretty good, and some of it's just It's not bad. It's just
Yeah.
Some of it, but the endings, like the endings of these episodes are just good. The endings are good. Like, they keep you. They were like, oh man, I want more now. like
Hmm.
they keep you going. And the thing with me is, some of these Star Wars shows recently, even though I have loved a lot of them, just me feel like, do I want to watch more? Do I really? Do I want another episode to come out? It's like, because,
Yes.
because and I think that I felt that way. There's somewhere you do feel that way with some shows, right? It's just like, this wasn't that good, or
No,
it was
I'm a
mediocre.
glutton for punishment, regardless if I enjoy the show or not. I watch everything you slap Star Wars on. You know, the only Star Wars project I didn't watch was maybe the Young Jedi Adventures, but like
That's for
I
babies.
hated like Kenobi, and like week after week, I just hated it more and more. But I still watched it week after week. You know,
I wanted to
um,
stab my eyeballs out with Kenobi. That's how bad it
yeah,
was. But
and like same for like the Acolyte. Even though I kind of enjoyed some parts of the Acolyte, I still there were episodes and parts where I didn't care for, and I still watched it week after week. So I'm like, I'm a glutton for punishment because I'm a Star Wars fan, and I live and breathe Star Wars. You know.
yeah, but the thing I also loved about this show is, like, at first I thought Fern, you know how Disney is sometimes, that they were just gonna make her the girl boss character. She can do everything right. She doesn't get upset. She doesn't. She she does, like, she doesn't feel like she's failed. Like, I thought it was just gonna be a stereotypical. No, but I've seen it for the episodes. You can kind of see her breaking from that facade, from that courageous facade, because it's just like she doesn't know what to do anymore,
Yeah.
because it's like she's seen so much that she didn't even know all this was out there, how dangerous it really was. But I love that. It's like, these are not stereotypical characters either. They're like you can root for them. That's the reason I think a lot of people didn't like a Ray or something. It's just, she just felt very overpowered, and it didn't make much sense for her to be. Like,
Hmm.
she didn't. It felt like she didn't just like she didn't have the moments where you would connect with her to be excited. But with Fern, it's like, you've been on these adventures with them. You see why they would be struggling. Like, they've almost died like countless times, and all this, and you can see why she's freaking out, and why the others are. Why Neil is like terrified and just wants to get home, and it's just, I feel like I love a show that actually has good character writing and like good characters, instead of just some bullshit. But
Yeah.
like, this
Absolutely.
actually just feels like good character work, and it's really good. And I feel like this show, I'm gonna be honest, this show to me will probably, even though maybe it's slower right now or whatever, maybe people are waiting for it to fully come out, whatevs. I really think that this show will be like classic Star Wars. Like, this will be remembered fondly later. Like, this show, I think people are going to look back on some of the like something like this and be like, this is really good. Like the prequels or something. Like, you come back to it, it's like, man, we really missed out. Like, this is really good. It's like,
Yeah.
I think it will be remembered fondly.
Right
It,
now, I keep saying it has that charm that like the first
the,
season of The Mandalorian did,
the
where
Lucas energy, yep.
it's fresh, it's new, and it's good.
Yep. Yep. But it also has the one thing that I think some of the other shows have kind of faltered in. It's got the Lucas energy. You feel
Hmm.
like this was written by George Lucas. Like, you feel like George Lucas could have made this. that is how whimsical and how adventurous this feels. It just feels
Yeah,
like something he would have made if he didn't sell Star Wars. Like he would have wrote it
yeah,
himself. Like
I agree.
it feels like George Lucas Star Wars. And that's the best compliment you can give any Star Wars show. It feels like Lucas. That's all you have to say. I mean,
Well, yeah,
okay,
because then you're saying it fits in.
but you're
Something
saying,
stick out like a sore thumb.
yeah. I just feel like like to me, it just is. It's an exciting show. It's not preachy. It doesn't want to like say something stupid. It's here to be a good show. Honestly, a good mystery as well,
Yeah,
and a good action show. And it's here to be just a good Star Wars. And to me, I can't believe I'm saying that. Like, oh my, finally, like good Star Wars, some good
yeah, it's
Star
been a
Wars.
while. I think it's
Because
funny how Disney wasn't too sure about this show, and they thought it was gonna flop. Uh, and Star Wars fans were a little on the fence. There was a good bit. I at
but that
first
makes
kind of
sense.
was on the fence, um, but now I love it. A lot of people do, or at least they like it. This show is not getting nearly as much criticism as some shows. I'm like, if you want
Yeah.
to be really nitpicky, you can find some issues. I'm sure there's a lot of people complaining about it, but I've mostly heard and seen good things about the show. Unlike The Acolyte, where it's like everywhere you look, somebody's talking crap about it.
Yeah, like the Acolyte was the one show that everyone like really hated this year. But if you actually look, like going back to the other ones that did come out, people really did enjoy Bad Batch, and people were mixed on Tales of the Empire. But I really enjoyed it, but there were and a lot of people did enjoy it, but there were just some things about it that people are like, I don't like that part, or I don't like that. But they was still, like we like it overall, but there's some things that are, we
It was
need more.
okay.
No, it was good. Like it was, yeah, but there were also ones where it's like this. Are we, this could be added on to make it better type thing.
It
And I
was
think
too short, in my opinion, but that was to be expected.
Yeah, but I think that the reason why it was is it's leading into something more. Like maybe it's Tales of the Empire 2 or Tales of the Jedi Season 2, something like that. I don't know, but
I didn't like
what
the Barris arc. We shouldn't talk about this too long, but I will. I just want to say, I didn't care for the Barris arc because it was like I've been wanting Barris to become an Inquisitor for a very long time, probably since Star Wars Rebels, because people were asking that question. Hey, whatever happened to Barris after the Empire? They probably let her go because she also hated the Jedi. And so it's like I wanted her to be a cold blooded killer inquisitor, and it's like she changed her mind like 5 seconds in. I'm like, I didn't like that. I wanted
well
her to be like a cold blooded killer.
it's not like 5 seconds in like in the span of the show, it's been like maybe a few months or whatever. But she's just found everything that they've been
Or
doing
or
wrong.
I wanted Vader to harass like the crap out of her because he she doesn't know who he is, but he knows who she is, and he probably blames her a little for Ahsoka leaving, and so he probably hates
Yeah.
her still. So it would
hmm
have been really cool to see him just like torment her, essentially. I know that sounds wrong to say, but like I would have loved to have seen more with Vader because they hyped Vader up in the trailer because it's like, oh look, he's in the trailer, and that was the only scene that he was in the entire show. I'm like, that was lame. So Tales of the Empire was okay. I think it was better than Tales of the Jedi, but I'm not a huge fan because they're too short and it gets you wanting more. But in this case with the Barris arc, it's like I don't want to know what happens to her next because I don't care anymore.
I think it was all right. But to me, it was like I enjoyed Tales of the Empire. I thought it was good for what it was, and but I really do feel like next year is flipping going to be great because next year actually we will be finishing Skeleton Crew in January,
Hmm.
and then in April, the end of April is Andor. Yeah, there we go. But
Yep.
and then after that, I think is that it? I think that's it. Is
Not
it
unless
just,
they announce something else.
but I
Is
know
the
because
Mando movie and Grogu, is that next year or 26?
that's 20. That's like July of 26.
Ugh, I don't want to wait
And
that long.
then
Although I kind of don't want this movie. I just want season 4.
and then uh I think well, it's not Bad Batch is done.
I bet there'll be another animated show though. Like there's got to be a Clone
Yeah,
Uprising
yeah.
show.
Or
It's gonna
Omega
happen.
or Omega. I
Yeah.
believe
I
Omega will
think that
happen.
there's gonna be a spin-off of the Bad Batch as like a clone rebellion, and that'll finally
Mm.
answer Captain Rex and stuff. I love how we're supposed to be talking about Skeleton Crew, and for like the last 30 minutes, we've been talking about other theories and shows. And
Well, it's just like no, we've been talking about Skeleton Crew in it. It's just like the thing is like Skeleton Crew. That's it, but like you said, it's sad, man. It's like now there's only like 4 more episodes, and like
yeah,
because of what all we have this week to do. Like this weekend's gonna fly by, and we're gonna be at the 5th episode by by 2 seconds. It feels, but I mean, it's just to me, it's like I feel like 5 and 6, you have to get the coordinates to at and 7 and 8 are the like 2-part finale. Like
yeah.
they end up at the end of 7. Like you have to get them back by episode 8. So
Yeah.
definitely
Unless there's
maybe
9 episodes. I don't actually know. I think it's 8, but it might be 9.
it might be 10, but I
I
can't
don't think so.
remember.
But
I
yeah,
can't
what did you
remember.
think of this episode? What would you rate it?
Ooh, I gotta think. I'm not. I would say I gave 1 and 2 because they came out at the same time. I did. I thought it was just perfect. I gave the first 2 10 because I thought it was, and then 9 was episode 3. For me, honestly, this one is like a probably. I do like a firm like maybe 6 or no a firm 7. It's like
Yeah.
7 out of 10.
I was gonna
It,
say 7 too. It's
it's
not
like
the perfect episode, but the comedy was funny. I loved the baby part, and it was still a fun episode. It just I didn't like the clans and stuff. That was the only part I didn't like. But it is the story building, and it makes sense, and it's all leading up to the big finale. So it was a needed episode. I don't think anyone could call this a filler episode. It's still part of the main story.
it wasn't filler, and I think they were just setting up the kid, the leader clan with the kids. I
Yeah,
think they were setting up like the kid clan to be like a big part, and especially Wim's girlfriend now, or
yeah,
not Wim, Neil's girlfriend. Sorry,
Neil.
Neil's
Yeah.
girlfriend. But besides that, I think that's about like I feel like they're setting more up with her to come in and maybe go with them, or so I don't know. I'm just saying Neil might be getting it on later, but no, I'm joking. But it's just crazy to me. Hey,
They're kids, dude. They're kids.
I was
Just saying.
joking, bro.
Yeah.
But
We don't
no,
need none of that.
no Diddy stuff, no Diddy stuff. But
Oh my gosh.
but no, I feel like she's gonna be an important character. Like they put a lot of time on her, so it's definitely she will be important.
Yep. Maybe. I don't know. But
With how much they put into Neil, he's important somehow. Like I think Neil and Wim are gonna be like the biggest ones at the end of the show.
yeah.
Like because I feel and it's like Jod, Neil, and Wim are like the ones that are getting a lot of character stuff. So I think they're really focusing on them. So I think it's really gonna be a thing about maybe they are the ones that find the treasure first, or they figure out what's going on first. I don't know, but there's just a lot connected to those three.
Mhm.
But yeah, that the Skeleton Crew episode 4, like 7 out of 10. Yeah, I think me and you agreed on that. It's just like it's
Might be the
not.
first week that we both agree. Maybe I should give it a 6. I don't know. I don't want to be too harsh on it. I'm still enjoying it though. You know,
I don't think
I feel
it's a
like out of all 4
6.
episodes now, this was like the least interesting until
Yeah, it
maybe
was.
like the end. But even that was kind of so quick because it was like, oh no, we can't figure out what to do. Hey, I have an idea. Let's talk to the droid and tell him to forget or to remember, basically. Hey, remember. And it's like, oh, I remember now, And then he tries to kill him, and then, oh, let's just hit the off switch. So it was just kind of,
No,
I feel like
it
it
felt
could have
like
been a little better. But
a Telltale game. SM33, bro. Remember that?
yeah.
Like,
I am curious though if they're gonna be able to have him in the next episode, or if he's pretty much out of the show now. Because if they turn him on again, is he gonna try to kill him again? I forget what the one girl name is, but maybe she can like rewire his brain or something and fix him. Um,
KB. Yeah,
KB, yeah. So she
yeah.
might be able to fix him. I don't know. So we'll see. But that's pretty much all I got for this episode. I think it was okay. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't horrible.
It was I. It was all right.
I Yeah,
It was I.
I
But
said I.
but it just was an episode that really just kind of felt weird. But yeah, it was just like it was good, but I felt like I wanted more from that episode than what we got. But
The
yeah,
things
that's
we
all
did
I.
get, I didn't care for. Like I didn't care for the clans.
Well, the clans were like the middle part. The beginning and the endings were very
Yeah,
good. And they were funny too. But they set up some good stuff with those. But
I don't
the
want to be
middle
like
part, yeah. I
I don't
thought
want
there
to be
would have
like
been
a
more action, but yeah.
I don't want to be like a super crybaby or anything like boo hoo first world problems. But it's like you wait all week and then it's like that's it. That's the episode I waited for. It's
That's
like
yeah.
now sure I'm excited for next week and that's the goal. But it's like I almost feel like I kind of wasted time watching that episode because it's like it was still good. Like I shouldn't say waste of time, but like you know what I mean. Like it felt a little lackluster compared to the last 3. And I last week I thought episode was kind of lackluster. This one was more lackluster. It's like you just feel like wait, I don't know how
Yeah.
to explain it. You know what I mean though.
Yeah, it's where I'm on my phone. I don't know if I can if I can look it up without leaving the StreamYard. But I would really look up who wrote this episode. Like I don't know who wrote this one exactly, but this one I know for sure John Watson, Christopher Ford did the first 2. Like because they were the ones that were put on it for the like that their premiere basically.
Yeah.
But I don't know, and I don't know who did 3, but 3 was really good. 4, it just I don't know. I know Christopher Ford and John Watts wrote the whole thing, but it's who directed this episode is my question. Because it felt like it wasn't. How do I say this? It just felt a little more off than the other episodes. It
Yeah.
just
Let me look it up.
yeah, look that up real quick. Who wrote this one? Episode 4. Because they put
Skeleton Crew.
they
I'm
put that
curious.
list they put that list up. It was all the
Yeah.
directors for each episode.
Trying to see where would it say. Do I have to like search like who directed? Or something? Like where do I find that list? Any clue?
I remember it being on Insta.
I'm not gonna ever find that if that's the case.
Uh,
Let me just see.
Give me a sec. I'll try and find it real quick while we're.
I don't really personally care who directs the episode. I never think like, oh, this episode is amazing because so and so directed it. Like Bryce Dallas Howard, like her episodes are always good, right? It just seems. But for the most part, I'm like, it really just depends on this the script they're given, right? Because I'm assuming they don't change much of the script. Yeah, I can't
Probably.
find out what I'm looking for, but maybe I'm just being stupid. So like normal.
The Daniels, a pair of
What?
Oscar-winning Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert, aka directing duo Daniels. Oh, okay, directing duo from Everything Everywhere All at Once, which was a good movie, but now that makes more sense. Well, it felt a little different than everything else because
I
they're
don't even
more
know
into.
who those are. So,
Yeah,
well,
but
directors
no,
apparently.
they're directors, but that's why it probably feels a little more off because I don't know if they've ever done anything in Star Wars yet before this,
I'm
so
just
that
gonna
might.
blame the script in this case. The script was because I'm
Yeah,
not gonna call this a filler episode because this is part of the story, but this part of the story was a little bit more on the kind of boring side.
yeah.
Yeah, still thought it was a good episode though, in a sense, and still enjoying the show. But this is now my least favorite episode, and I think I said that last week too. But because we still got 4 more episodes to go, I don't think that's enough to say, "Oh, the show is terrible."
Yeah, like this episode, like if it's kind of funny because how they premiered on 1 and 2 is like at the top, and then 3's second, and then 4's like literally it's in release order of how I like the episodes because it's just like I liked 1 and 2, and then 3 is a little bit is good, but I didn't think it was as good as 1 and 2, and then 4 was just like so it's just like that's how I like them is in release order. Like you know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah,
the
I looked
first
it
2
up. There is 8 episodes of Skeleton Crew, so we're halfway through
we're
the.
halfway through.
We're halfway there.
I
So,
think Bryce Dallas Howard's the next episode. Her
all right.
director one.
Well, let's see it then. But yeah,
Yeah, I
I
think
think that's
that's
it
gonna be
for me
good.
today. I think that we covered
That's
pretty much
yeah,
everything.
that's it for
So,
us today.
thanks
But
for
yeah,
watching, everybody.
yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great rest of your night, day, whatever you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Scotty, you want to promote your channel?
Uh,
Or just let's say like, I'm about,
go
yeah, I'll
sub
do.
to me if you feel like it.
Hey, no, go sub to Skyrim. Get some energy in there. Go sub to Skyrim.
I'm
He
too
needs all.
tired.
Long live the Empire for Skyrim, right?
Yeah,
That's what
the Sky
Skyrim
Fire,
is.
the
He,
Renpire. I don't know.
the Empire. Yeah, go 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 subscribe to Skyrim so you can join the Empire. But thanks for watching, everybody. Peace out. We will actually see Skyrim. I forgot we have one thing to announce. We will see you all tomorrow night because we got a special guest coming on Skyrim.
Yes,
We were
I
talking.
totally don't know who it is. Wink, wink.
But we have Mayo Hosco on the channel talking and discussing the classic Lego Star Wars sets. Ah, yes, classic Star Wars. We
Mr.
got
Mayo. That's what I call him.
Mr. Mayo is coming on the channel. We're going to be discussing the classic Lego Star Wars, and I made the best thumbnail for that.
Yep. Took you 5 seconds, right?
I put our faces on the Complete Saga poster. There you go.
Epic.
But very epic. But have a great rest of your night, everybody, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
And Merry
Bye.
Early Christmas.
Oh yes, Merry Early
wanted to get that
Christmas
out there.
as well. But yeah, we'll probably be on Christmas with Skeleton Crew. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the hope.
Peace.
We'll see. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.